one of the very few people we trust. I think you've been honest since the very beginning and taken a lot of abuse for it. Where do you think this conflict stands tonight?
Well, the Ukrainians are being crushed. Even the Washington Post and the New York Times are now finally beginning to print the truth. Their casualties are horrific. We've effectively seen the Russians destroy 3 separate armies built by the Ukrainians. And everyone is beginning to wonder what's really happening. The truth is coming out that this war was not started by Russia, that Russia begged us not to try and drag Ukraine into NATO. We ignored Russia, and Russia made it very clear that they were going to defend their national interest. All they wanted was neutrality for Ukraine.
Well, I mean, to see Lindsey Graham invoke Ronald Reagan, who won the Cold War with a superior economy and not with tanks, that's true. Ignore the fact that our banks are collapsing. How exactly do you think people like Graham and virtually every Republican senator, with a few honorable exceptions, how do they think we're going to afford a war against Russia and China simultaneously?
Well, it's unaffordable. It's unaffordable against Russia. You don't have to lump China with the rest of them. It's impossible. We are on the road to bankruptcy. The American people sense it. The bank bailouts are not going to happen as they did before. The best thing I can think of is to say that Lindsey Graham and his peers in Washington, they're not channeling Ronald Reagan. They're channeling the Three Stooges. The last thing Americans need is a war. No more political and military incompetence, ineptitude, corruption.
If we actually followed Lindsey Graham's advice and attacked the Russian Air Force and, of course, immediately became embroiled in a hot war with Russia, how long before you were arrested would it be, do you think, for saying what you just did?
Oh, I don't know, but I'm less concerned about that than the possibility that we would actually provoke a direct confrontation with the Russians. What have we already seen, Tucker? They're ready to fight. They're already partially mobilized. They'll put millions of men into the field quickly. We're not in a position to do that. We can't even recruit for our armed forces. The left has destroyed the United States Armed Forces. Who are we kidding? Our stocks that we built up over years with ammunition and equipment, they're exhausted. We haven't even gone to war. This is lunacy.